Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Welcome to this session on planning and conducting physical security assessments under Module 5, Physical Security. This chapter is fundamental because every effective security program begins with a structured assessment of risks, assets, and vulnerabilities. In this video, we will break down how to systematically evaluate security needs and build strong protective measures. Chapter 3 focuses on building a clear understanding of security risk as it applies to physical security projects. No security program should be implemented without first identifying the assets being protected, the threats they face, and how vulnerable those assets are. This chapter provides a structured framework for conducting security risk assessments, which form the foundation for designing and implementing effective countermeasures. A comprehensive risk assessment follows a logical sequence. It begins with identifying assets, then evaluating threats, assessing vulnerabilities, and finally analyzing the overall impact. Risk is influenced by factors such as likelihood, historical data, geographic conditions, and political or environmental context. Since risks evolve over time, assessments must be continuous and adaptable to changing conditions. Risk assessment can be conducted using qualitative or quantitative methods. Qualitative analysis relies on expert judgment and descriptive scales, such as high, medium, or low, making it simple, quick, and widely used in security applications. Quantitative analysis, on the other hand, uses numerical values and statistical methods to measure risk, offering greater precision but requiring more data and effort. In practice, a blended approach is often most effective, combining the strengths of both methods to support informed decision-making. The first step in any assessment is identifying and valuing assets. Assets can include workforce, service delivery capabilities, dependencies, and mission-critical functions. Each asset must be evaluated based on its importance to operations, its replacement cost, and the impact of its loss. Understanding interdependencies is crucial, as disruption in one area can affect multiple functions. Proper asset valuation ensures that security resources are allocated effectively. Threats are any actions or events that can cause harm. These may be man-made, such as crime, terrorism, or cyber activity, or natural, including disasters and environmental risks. Vulnerabilities refer to weaknesses that can be exploited. These may arise from lack of awareness, inadequate controls, single points of failure, or unsafe conditions. Effective risk management requires understanding both threats and vulnerabilities, as risk exists where the two intersect. Once risks are identified, the next step is analysis and mitigation. Risk is typically understood as a function of threat, vulnerability, and impact, helping prioritize where action is needed most. Mitigation strategies include strengthening security systems such as surveillance and access control, implementing robust policies and procedures, transferring risk through insurance or contracts, and in some cases accepting risk where mitigation is not cost-effective. The objective is not to eliminate all risk, but to reduce it to an acceptable level through balanced and practical measures. A security survey is a detailed, on-site examination of a facility and its systems. It helps identify weaknesses, evaluate existing controls, and recommend improvements. Key steps include conducting a preliminary review, identifying deficiencies, comparing findings with standards, and recommending appropriate enhancements. A well-executed survey provides actionable insights that directly support risk reduction and stronger security design. There are multiple approaches to conducting assessments. The outside-inward method begins from the perimeter and moves inward, while the inside-outward method starts internally and evaluates outward layers of defense. A functional or discipline-based approach focuses on specific areas such as physical security, IT systems, or operations. Additionally, tools like SWOT analysis, evaluating strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, support strategic thinking and enhance overall security planning. A comprehensive survey must cover all layers of protection, starting from the outer perimeter to internal operations. Key areas include barriers and fencing, doors and windows, locks and safes, lighting systems, alarm and electronic systems, and security personnel practices. It also includes evaluating vehicle access, visitor management, and package handling procedures. Together, These elements ensure a complete understanding of the organization's security posture. The value of an assessment lies in how its results are applied. Effective reporting must be accurate, clear, timely, and solution-focused, enabling decision-makers to act quickly. Automated tools can support data analysis and large-scale assessments, but they cannot replace professional judgment and experience. The best outcomes come from combining technology with expert insight. What gets measured gets managed. Thank you for joining this session. Continue with the chapter-wise videos to strengthen your understanding and move closer to mastering CPP concepts.